Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Realm of Ori. In this video, we will continue with Volume 15, Chapter 3, The Intensifying Battlefield, Part 1. And before we start, this video contains spoilers from the Tensura Light Novel. And by the way guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The Warcraft Legion, led by Grand Admiral Gladim, was flying across the sky aboard a flying airship. Morale was high after seeing Velgryn's gallantry. The enemy beneath the soldier is an ideal target for the soldier's aggressive instincts. Take notice. We must perform well with His Majesty the Emperor and Lord Velgrynd on board. There will be no fighting. Come on. Gladim's outburst elicited a startling chant from the warriors. Kukuku. Even if we don't battle for the world, my time has come. Calgurio loses, and Yuki's reputation is tarnished, leaving me as the sole great general. I'll get what I want as long as I leave a military mark here. The Beast Lord Gladim, the Empire's second most powerful man. According to legend, he was born in the Beast Kingdom's Eurazania. Gladim is the half-brother of Carrion, the Lion King. The lone white tiger is the beast that lives in Gladim. It was once thought that being king of a country was dishonorable since it was too arbitrary. What a load of nonsense. Not one of my guys is worthy of serving Carrion and plotting a rebellion. I'm going to wipe the slate clean of the hatred in my heart. Gladim had been enraged for a long time. Eurazania's predecessors was not a powerful figure, but he was able to judge which of the two brothers was more suited to lead the people. Gladim became so enraged after hearing the king's choice that he killed his predecessor by committing a crime, and was afterwards exiled from the land by Carrion and the three beastketeers of the period. Gladim continued to run and wandering. He encountered three devoted subordinates along the way, who were known as the Three Generals. The Vermilion Sparrow, Najum. Gladim came across a winged mutant while traveling within the Harpy Kingdom of Fulbrosia. Gladim began to fall in love with her beauty as a friend. The Blue Dragon, Barago. Gladim gave the Waterstrike Dragon to Barago to tame after fighting the Upper Dragon clan's Waterstrike Dragon. In his peak, he was a martial artist with the strength of a near-guard knight of the middle rank. The Black Tortoise is GoLine. She was a maiden from a rare magical creature race who worked as an emissary to the rock goblins and was also a witch from another race who specialized in a variety of magical spells. GoLine began following Gladim after he defeated the rock goblin. The three generals each have their own story to tell, but one thing they all have in common is that they are powerful men. Najim is at the level of a demon lord, thus she could awaken at any time. Barago and GoLine led the Calamity class of magical creatures, which were also prominent among the Warcraft Legion. Gladim's defection to the Empire took place 300 years after Veldora was sealed. He survived the Celestial Demon Wars and went on a rampage over Imperial territory, leading deadly factions. He was beaten by a crusading army sent by the Empire, but was later pardoned if he pledged to obey Emperor Rudra. Gladim's objective was to remove the Marshal and become an Imperial hand, then wait for the chance to assassinate Rudra and become Emperor himself. Gladim had no such noble sentiments as gratitude for him. Instead, he was condescending since his opponent was powerful and willing to betray him at any time. To use imperial might to conquer the entire world. He will become an emperor one day. Such deceptive delusions arose from a lack of knowledge about the identity of the Marshal. Gladim's nature had long been exposed by Rudra, who had temporarily reused him due to his power, allowing him to survive another day as long as he remained on command. I'm astonished the Marshal is Velgrynd the Scorched Dragon. Power like that is unbeatable. I don't have the power to represent dread. Gladim changed his mind about what he wanted to do. In front of Gladim's eyes, a swarm of baited food had gathered. When touring the battlefield, you'll notice a number of enemies who appear to be powerful. Gladim and the others' battle would get more powerful when these strongmen were defeated. The festive banquet has begun, Kukuku. No, the battlefield was sadly beyond Gladim's expectations, as he had expected. Gladim's three generals began to operate in accordance with their master's instructions. They combed the battlefield, looking for the powerful. Hey, that's King Gazel. And when I take that guy down, my reputation will improve. Are you attempting to sneak away? Wouldn't it irritate him if he didn't leave the main course to Lord Gladim? Lord Gladim's power will undoubtedly expand once Gazel is defeated. How could anyone overlook this wonderful condition? Najim's heart is like that. I understand. I'd want to dedicate this main meal, King Gazel, to Lord Gladim in order to strengthen his master. Kihihihi. Don't worry, there are plenty of other powerful people to choose from, but some of them lack flavor. It's fine to have a full stomach. Woo hoo hoo. The time for awakening is approaching, as Lord Gladim declares. I, Najim, the Sparrow, shall be the first to become a demon lord. I believe you, Najim-san, are the one attempting to flee. Okay. Lord Gladim will be given by King Gazel, and his concubines will be free to do as they choose. After that, I'll go get the weak lizard. That bothersome dragon race is still alive and well on the battlefield, and that lizard appears to be the leader. Thus the lizard should be destroyed first to obstruct the enemy's war effort. Then I'll use that haughty lady as a matchmaker. I have to prove to her how valuable she is by entering my airspace without my permission. Kihihihihi. Then my servant will annihilate that magical doll and taste the rock goblin's might. Gladim's intended target, according to the three generals, was Gazel. As if it were a given. Gazel was unable to move after losing the fight to Kondo, and now is the ideal time to do so. You must be Gazel. My name is Gladim, and I am the leader of the Empire's most powerful legion of Warcraft. I've got your head. Gladim believes that if you want to reach to the finish, you should do everything it takes. Gladim swooped down on King Gazel, but he was thwarted by someone. Gabil, the immortal Dragon King. Ho ho ho. My reawakening. Don't make an attempt to offend King Gazel. You really want to get in my way, don't you? Hateful lizard. Gladim's mood deteriorated as he watched his prey in plain sight yet getting in the way. However, he soon became unconcerned about his emotions and panicked. A stunning image came into view as he threw his attention around, eager to complain about what the three generals were really up to. Gabil's initial opponent, Barago, the blue dragon, was struck by the reawakened Gabil. GoLine was crying since her rock goblin had been defeated as she walked gleefully towards the floor guardian Colossus statue. The only one remaining is Vermilion Sparrow, Najim, who is facing off against her imagined foe Sokka in a battle of equals. Gladim had no choice but to take everything on himself because there was no other option. Samuel would send an urgent contact via magic talk just as he was ready to do so. No. Reporting back on our side, Demon Lord Rimuru performed an incredible move. We urgently request assistance for His Majesty's protection. A huge, unimaginably massive demon summoning door appears in the sky. So what? Hundreds of upper-level demons above the greater demon level have been summoned, in a sense. And we've already been through a lot. The monoliths are organized and battling above a level. This side is also very busy. Let's tell them to mind their own business. But now there's a demon legion that's more powerful than Imperial army soldiers, and it's a massive calamity. What exactly are you referring to? Not only is Lord Velgrynd present, but the guards are as well. On this side, Lieutenant Kondo and all of the nearby guards were present. The Demon Lord's army's minions, on the other hand, have no time for anyone else. What do you mean by subordinates? Gladim's head sparked with an idea. The identification of the nearest opponent as a tentative assumption based on a subordinate named Gabil. Despite the fact that his strength was greater than expected, he experienced a brief panic, but he calmly turned back to think about it and added the names of additional subordinates to the report. Benimaru, Xian, Diablo, and Gobta. Gabil did not exist among the men known as the Four Heavenly Kings, who served Demon Lord Rimuru. If it was the case, Gabil's strength was still superior to the Four Heavenly Kings. That's not all. Demon Lord Rimuru has broken a taboo beyond our wildest fantasies, as unbelievable as it seems. It's difficult to fathom the methods utilized to force him to evolve the demons. You hear what I'm saying? Hundreds of demons have been boosted to the level of a powerful demon general. So it appears. I understand your anxiety, Samuel. Then I'll hand over the reinforcements to you. Gladim fell into thought. Nonsense. You misread the scenario, thinking you were only a demon lord and underestimating the other party. I and the Empire's highest echelons will almost certainly survive, but the warriors at the bottom will very certainly perish. In such case, it was too late to backtrack now. After that, simply do everything is within his ability. Gladim, on the other hand, is still in possession of the taboo killer.